GenerationHookah.com.
This is Gothic Hookah here with another Shisha review. Today I am reviewing JM's Melon Melody. Big fan of JM tobacco. In fact, it was really one of the very first shishas I tried when I first got into hookah was JM, because where I bought my hookah, they'd sold JM and Awaha, and let's face it, if you have to choose between JM and Awaha, that's pretty much a no-brainer. In fact, there were very few shishas out there that I prefer over Awaha. I mean that I would smoke Awaha before. And actually, I'm probably going to talk some tips and tricks in this video too, so you're kind of getting two for the price of one. Let's first talk about the smell. The smell is a very mild smell. It doesn't have much of a smell, but it kind of smells like cantaloupe a bit. I'm a big fan of melon shishas. Which is why I review so many of them, whether it's the Starbuzz's Safari Melon, Inhale's Dragon Blood's a melon flavor, so is Inhale's Black Rain. But let's talk about the cut. It's your standard JM cut. It's a very fine cut. It's like shredded paper, because apparently, from what I've been told, I don't know if this is true, JM cuts their tobacco by literally sending it through a paper shredder. I don't know if that's true. That's what I've been told. I got a windscreen going. It's kind of windy, but I suggest using a windscreen regardless, even if you're smoking inside. It helps keep the heat in, and it helps you get bigger clouds. The buzz on JM is a very mild buzz, which I honestly prefer. The flavor. It tastes melony, as strange as that sounds. It has a more subtle flavor than like JM's Safari Melon do. Now I'm going to talk some tips and tricks. Let's say you lose. I have a 4-hose KM hookah, right? And I am constantly losing those rubber hose plugs. And really, you cannot smoke hookah, a multi-hose hookah, especially traditional JM, without a hose plug. Because JMs do not come with self-sealing hoses. So what do? Let's face it, most hookah smokers have tinfoil. Lots of it, because most of the time you use it as a charcoal screen. I just bunch up tinfoil, and it makes a very, very handy hose plug. Especially, now you're probably thinking to yourself, that's not going to be airtight, and you know what? You would probably be right, except the fact that I shove it into a grommet. Put a grommet like, get you one of my grommets. In fact, my grommets don't leave my ports, so I just, let me move see that? There's a grommet in there, and get that in there nice and tight. Seals just fine. And recently, I left my this is cool. This is cool. Check this out. Recently, I left, because I'm smart like that, my tray at a friend's house that lives a few hours away. So what do I do? Well, if you lose your tray, you pretty much have to get a new one, right? Wrong. Check this out. This is what I'm using as a tray. Yep.
That's just tight.
This is something you probably recognize. It's a burner cover for your stove. However, it doesn't fit quite right because there's that bulb, for lack of a better term. So what I did was I took my Leatherman. You can do this with a knife and a pair of pliers, but a Leatherman has a knife and a pair of pliers built in. And I stabbed it 4 times with my knife, and then I took the pliers and I bent it up. And now
So what, you don't got no plants?
it fits
What?
perfectly.
No.
Why is that?
Because I'd rather buy it. So I don't do that shit.
No.
So
The
that's
best thing to do is go grow it yourself.
Well, my mom's a caregiver, so I don't need to shit you.
You got a green card.
I don't have a green card.
What do you mean? You don't got shit on medical, right?
Oh,
so yeah. Wow, that's harsh. So that's tips and tricks. I think it's pretty funny how well it works. I'm even debating whether I'm going to go back to my traditional tray because it's a bigger tray. So I know I could get a jumbo tray, but that works so much better, and it's a lot cheaper. There we go. Back to the review. I would definitely suggest you try the shisha though, especially if you like melons. All right. Comment.